Good afternoon, students. So, as we have started with animal nutrition and we have seen nutrition in unicellular animals yesterday. Today, we are going to learn about the nutrition in multicellular organisms. We know there are many multicellular organisms like cat, dog, fish, rat, many are there, but we are going to study the nutrition in multicellular animal with the example of human beings. So we are going to study nutrition in human beings in reference to the nutrition in multicellular organisms. So for that process, first we need to learn about what are the different steps which are taken place during the process of nutrition in multicellular organisms. So during the nutritional process in animals, especially in multicellular animals, the steps are there and there are total 5 steps which are involved in the process of nutrition in animals, and that 5 steps are: first is ingestion, it is called as ingestion. Second is digestion. Second step is digestion. Third step is absorption. Fourth step is assimilation, and fifth step is excretion. So step by step the food enters in one of the organs which are performing these different processes, and then it gets digested, it gets absorbed, it gets assimilated, and then it gets ejected out from the body. So how it happens, we are going to discuss all these steps one by one in detail. So first, let us learn about the process of ingestion. Very simple process, that taking in food in the mouth. When you take the food in your mouth, that is called as the process of ingestion. It may be the solid food, it may be the fluid, any kind of food. When you take it in your mouth, it is called as ingestion. The process is called as ingestion. I hope you understood about the process of ingestion. Now we will see the process of digestion. In the process of digestion, now this is quite complicated process and quite lengthy process in all 5 processes. That is nothing but digestion. So once food enter in the mouth cut it with the help of teeth. Mouth cut it into the smaller pieces. Then the saliva get mixed inside the mouth, and then a bolus is formed, a small bolus is formed, which is a moist a round form of food into small cut pieces, that is called as bolus. So a small bolus is formed which is engulfed inside the esophagus. There is a pipe in your neck, inside the neck, and that is called as esophagus. So it enters in the esophagus. From esophagus it enters in the next part, that is stomach of the digestive system, and then the digestion process starts. Now actual digestion process can be defined as breaking down of complex nutrients, complex form of nutrients into their simpler forms is nothing but digestion. So all the complex form of nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats get converted into their simpler forms by the process of digestion in the various organs of the digestive system. Which organs and all, when we are going to learn the human digestive system, I am going to tell you in detail about it. So now just remember that the process of digestion means breaking down of complex organic food substances into their simpler forms is nothing but digestion. So the second process is digestion. Then the third process, now the food is converted into their simpler forms. Then it needs to give to the blood for its circulation throughout the body. It needs to go throughout the body to each and every cell. So that is taken place in the small and large intestine of the digestive system. That the food which is now in simpler forms is absorbed in the blood, and through the blood it is circulated to each and every cell of the body, and this process is called as absorption. Only the mixing of food by the process of diffusion in the blood is called as absorption. Okay, the food is broken down into its simpler substances, and that simpler substances now can easily pass through the walls of intestine and go to the blood, because the walls of intestine are richly supplied with blood capillaries. Small blood capillaries are there. Suppose this is the wall of small intestine. Small blood capillaries are present on the walls of small intestine, and the food which is now inside the small intestine is diffused. By the process of diffusion, it enters in the blood and then it is distributed throughout the body. So absorption of this simpler form of substances into the blood is nothing but the process of absorption. Then the assimilation. Assimilate means to circulate here, to give it to each and every cell. Now this absorbed blood through the capillaries go to the artery. From arteries it reaches to each and every cell of the body, and this is called as assimilation. The process of circulation of the simpler forms of nutrients to each and every cell with the help of blood is nothing but assimilation. And last process is essentiation. Essentiation means to give out something. When the simpler substances are absorbed, the useful substances are absorbed, water is also absorbed, and the waste material remains in the large intestine, which will turn as solid. And this solid waste material is then given out through the body from the opening called as anus. So this process of giving out of the waste material is called as essentiation. So these 5 processes are very important processes in the process of nutrition of animals, and this whole process together is called as digestion. Here the nutrition starts with ingestion, taking in of the food, then digestion, conversion of large molecules or conversion of complex substances into their simpler forms, then absorption. The simpler forms which are there produced are absorbed in the blood, are given to the blood by the process of diffusion, that is absorption, and assimilation. Assimilation means these absorbed nutrients are circulated to each and every cell of the body with the help of blood, and then whatever waste material is remaining is given out of the body is nothing but essentiation. So these 5 steps are very important steps in the process of nutrition in animals. So after this we are going to start with the human digestive system. In human digestive system, various organs are involved in human digestive system. So you already have studied a little about the human digestive system in standard 7th. So in human digestive system, there are certain organs which are present in this digestive system, which actually makes the digestive system. And the first and most important organ is mouth, which is also called as buccal cavity, as the teeth are present and it's a cavity, so it is called as buccal cavity. The mouth is also called as buccal cavity, which will further extend down in the abdominal portion of the body with the help of a long tube. And this long tube, in simple words, it is called as food pipe, or in the scientific word it is known as esophagus. a long tube which connects the mouth to the stomach. The next organ in the human digestive system, which is a J-shaped organ, in English J-shaped organ, and it is nothing but the stomach. Then the next organ which is further extended in the human digestive system is small intestine. Stomach is joining further to small intestine, and the small intestine is connected to the large intestine. Large intestine further has a small storage area which is called as cloaca, and cloaca has a small opening by which the waste material is given out of the body, is nothing but anus. Now, to small intestine, two glands are joining, and that two glands which actually secretes their secretion in small intestine, which are actually connected to the small intestine, and that are nothing but liver and pancreas. So these two are also the part of human digestive system. So these are the organs present. Nearly 10 organs are there which are present in the human digestive system, starting with mouth, buccal cavity, then esophagus, then J-shaped stomach, then small intestine which connects to liver and pancreas, then the large intestine, then the cloaca and the anus. So these are nearly 10 different organs involved in the process of human digestive system. So after this we are going to discuss about the process of humanization. In our next video, we are going to discuss about the process of humanization and the diagram of human digestive system. Thank you.